Welcome, everybody, to week 2 of the NFL. Week 1 is over with, a lot of upsets, but I said without any preseason games and stuff like that, you really didn't know how the rookies were going to do, and a lot of players changed teams. Cam Newton, Phillip Rivers, I mean, that's just to name a few. Tom Brady. So, predictions from week 1. He beat me. Yes, he beat me, guys. I was 7-9. He was 9-7. I didn't see some of these teams winning like Washington and stuff like that. He had a better educated guess than I did.
I told you the Vikings weren't going to do that good.
So, at any rate, he's ahead of me 2 games in the season right now. So we'll go into week 2 and see what we can do with our week 2 picks.
Fantasy?
Yeah, we can mention some fantasy league players. Your marker?
No, how you won.
Oh, yeah. My fantasy league guys came down to the last game. Well, I guess I can't say the last game. The Pittsburgh game, Monday night. I was down by about 10 points. My opponent had Connor, running back for Pittsburgh. Was doing very well. Then he sprained his ankle. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was only up by 0.4. 0.4 of a score. He didn't play the rest of the game. I thought I had, after the first quarter, Connor was running, catching the ball. I thought I was done. I won by 0.4.
And I beat my opponent by like 30 or 40.
Nobody likes a bragger. It was
I was the second highest. I had 155 points. The highest was 163.
I had 120. I think it was 122.4. My opponent had 122. But I had Kittle. Okay, he got hurt. Mixon didn't do what I thought he was going to do. So I had some players not quite.
I had Hines on my bench, and he got like 24 points.
Yeah, for the Colts. So.
And Scantling also got about 20 points for me when he was on my bench.
He could have done a lot better. But anyway, week 1, we both won in our fantasy leagues. In 3 weeks, we play each other. So.
Well, next week.
Or next week, not week 2, but week 3. Week 3, we play each other. So to get on to our games for week 2 from the Crazy Sasquatch. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Cincinnati Bengals about pulled one off. Kicker missed the last-minute field goal. Would have shot it in overtime. Cleveland didn't look the greatest. I thought they would come back from a bad last year, but Odell Beckham and them just couldn't hook up. I think Cincinnati's going to be in this one. I think they're going to pull it off at Cleveland. It'll be a close one. 24-21 is my prediction on this one.
You read spaces.
Huh? Go ahead.
You said you're going to put your score right here.
Let's go put yours there.
I probably have Cleveland winning it since it's at Cleveland. Maybe 24-21. I just think at Cleveland, Cincinnati, I mean, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights of it. I watched every highlight of each week or each game. And I just think, Cleveland can win this out by a field goal.
Giants at Chicago. Chicago came back with 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. About didn't do it. Swift dropped the ball in the end zone for the Lions that may have won it for him, or would have won it for him. But Chicago, at any rate, kind of came awake after 3 quarters and not doing much. I thought they were done. Giants couldn't get much going against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's front line wasn't allowing any rushing yards, guys. It's kind of funny that Roethlisberger had more rushing yards than Giants. But Chicago, it's defense versus defense here. I think Chicago's got a little better defense at home. My worry with this game, Allen Robinson's kind of upset. They can get Allen Robinson signed and get the team kind of all happy, be good. If Robinson gets traded or things remain kind of in flux, Chicago might be a team kind of, even coming off that high profile win, where everybody's on a high. This Allen Robinson thing may overshadow some things with him wanting to trade now. So kind of worries me. I think Chicago will pull this one out. They're going to have to stop the run. Daniel Jones didn't look all that bad. It's going to be a close one. This is going to be a really close one.
Didn't he throw for 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions?
Yeah, so I got 24-21. It's going to be a close one.
I think Robert Quinn is coming back. I think he is questionable, but he's definitely playing this game. I give him probably a 95% chance of returning this game. People are saying Trubisky's the same as last year. He's still not a good quarterback, but he had more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes and more touchdowns than Deshaun Watson, so he technically outplayed both of them in stats-wise. And if he's a bad quarterback, what does it say about Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson if he was better than them? I think with Robert Quinn back, I'm going to give the Bears 24-13. I think the Bears will get 3 sacks this game.
Atlanta at Dallas. This could be a fun game to watch here. Gurley's doing okay for Atlanta right now. Atlanta's got a couple, high-profile receivers. Ryan should have a good game. Dallas's defense, I think they lost Van Der Esch for the rest of the year with a broken collarbone. Dallas's passing game didn't look bad. They were going against a pretty good defense last week. Ezekiel Elliott, a couple touchdowns. I think Dallas is going to wake up a little bit on this one. They're going to have to stop Atlanta, but Atlanta's going to have to stop Dallas, and I don't think they have the defense to stop Dallas. I really don't. I think Dallas and be a high-scoring affair, 34-27 Dallas.
I think Dallas is going to win just because Atlanta's defense, against Russell Wilson, I think he threw 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think 4. BC was my fantasy team, and he did get about, 42 points. I think Dallas would win this. Their offense, going into the season, people were saying one of the best. From what I've heard and from the highlights, they weren't one of the best. But I'm still going to give them win 24, maybe 17.
All right. Scary looking 7. Scary. Thanks. Detroit at Green Bay. Detroit, Adrian Peterson looked good against the Bears. Detroit's passing game, you didn't have your number 1 receiver. I think he should be back this week. Green Bay, though, they look pretty potent against a pretty decent Minnesota Vikings defense.
They're full of rookies, and Green Bay's offense is full of veterans. So
yeah.
Rookies versus veterans, of course they're going to score a ton of points.
I think Detroit's going to give them a lot, but being at Green Bay, I can't see Detroit pulling this one off. It ain't going to be as high scoring, I don't think, as the Minnesota game. I really don't. I just can't see Detroit scoring a lot in this one.
I give this a 60-40 to Green Bay. Detroit, they did have a very good week 1, and they're always good first half of the season. They dip down and they become a below average team for the rest of the second half of the season. But I think they'll hang in this game. I think 27, then 24.
All right, Minnesota at Indy. Minnesota showed some firepower. I think some rookies are going to start showing up for Minnesota, some of the younger players. Indy, you lost Mack, but you still got Hines. You still got your rookie Taylor. They're going to start coming together, but not yet. Vikings got a little too much veterans on their team yet to fall at Indy. 28-17 Minnesota.
I think one of Minnesota's rookie receivers got injured. I'm not sure for how long, but I still have Indy winning. At Indy, maybe if it was at Minnesota, I'd probably give them a win, but I give this 75% chance to the Colts. And they do have Philip Rivers, which threw, well, I think 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, or
2 and 2 or something like that. Yeah, 2 and 2, I think.
well, close to that. Against Minnesota, he's gonna struggle against their safeties, but against those corners, with Hilton, he's probably gonna get 2 touchdowns, and with their running back with Hines, I hope he does good this game because he's my starter as my running back in my fantasy team, but I think he'll only get like 1 touchdown this game, maybe 24-17.
Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo looked pretty good last week. Miami not so much, but Miami played against New England. But you have Cam Newton running in twice. What's Josh Allen going to do? I think Singletary's going to come back, have a little better game this time. I think Buffalo's got too much defense, too much offense for Miami to handle. I think it'll be a high-scoring affair. 33 for Buffalo, 17 for Miami.
I think Buffalo's going to win. They have good running backs, quarterback, and wide receivers. I think
it's going to be good.
And I think they would win this. I want to say easily, but I still think it's a tight game. Maybe 31 to maybe 24.
49ers at the Jets. 49ers defense looked pretty dang good last week, guys. I don't see the Jets doing much. I think I just read that Le'Veon Bell is possibly out 3 to 4 weeks for the Jets. I don't know too much about their backup running backs. They got Crowder as their main wide receiver. Other than that, I don't see much. 49ers defense is going to have a heyday on these guys, sorry to say. This could be a really high-scoring affair, like a 40-10 game, guys. It's going to be ugly.
I have 49ers winning this. 38 to maybe 17. I just see no way of the Jets winning this one.
Rams at Philly. Rams defense looked pretty good. Dallas, they left Dallas in the game though, but Dallas could have beat them. Philly though, you had Redskins beat you. Granted, that Redskins front line I mentioned last week. That Redskins front line is hard to run against, hard to do anything against. It's going to be a potent front line of that Redskins defense.
I'm pretty sure Philadelphia's offensive line had a few people injured though.
Yeah, so the Rams, you got multiple running backs. Keep fresh on the field. Akers, Henderson. You're going to be throwing running backs. I don't know if Miles Sanders is coming back. If he does, that's going to be a little bit of a boost for Philly. Still, I think the Rams defense, along with their passing attack, I think it's going to wear Philly's down. Philly's not quite ready for this type of team yet. 17. Just don't think they're ready.
I have Philadelphia winning this one. I just think they're overall a better team, better quarterback. Maybe not better running. Well, probably better running back also. Wide receivers. They could go either way. I just don't know that much about the receivers' defenses. I still think Philly's slightly better than Rams. 21, then 17.
Denver at Pittsburgh. Denver may get Sutton back. We'll see. Fantasy the guys. We'll see if they get the number 1 wide receiver back. Otherwise, Judy looked good. I know Lindsey got banged up. I don't know where he's at. But Gordon scored, I think, one, maybe two touchdowns for Denver. But Pittsburgh's front defense, holy cow, that was scary watching that game the other night. Pittsburgh's defense is scary, guys, very scary. Drew Lock, I don't know, is quite going to be ready for that type of defense. They're going to be coming at him. He looked decent. Drew Lock looked good the other night without his number one wide receiver, and I just don't think they have the defense, especially at Pittsburgh, to stop Roethlisberger. Connor, I don't know. I know he twisted his ankle. Like I said, I won by 0.4 because Connor left the game. His backup looked really good. I can't see him scoring a lot, but I will give Denver 21. I think they're going to score some. Maybe garbage points, though.
I'm giving Pittsburgh the win. I just think they're a better team overall, better defense. In my opinion, better offense. Roethlisberger's back. Juju Smith-Schuster, he got a lot of points. A lot of points yesterday. I give it 31 to maybe 17.
Carolina at Tampa Bay. Probably the best running back in the league. Bridgewater managed the game pretty well. Defensive-wise, though, not a whole lot there. Tampa Bay, I can't see Brady losing another game. He threw two interceptions against New Orleans. I can't see him doing that against Carolina. I think with their Fournette getting in the game, Fournette didn't really play a whole lot. Between Fournette getting the running game going with the other running backs on the team, Evans wasn't 100%. Yes, Carolina's going to score some because of their running back against Tampa Bay, young defense, but I don't think Tom Brady's going to allow them to lose another game between Gronk and OJ, the two tight ends. I think he's going to be more of a passing attack. Tom Brady's probably going to throw a couple touchdowns in this one. This one could be higher, but
how many points did New England score in Tampa? 30s?
New Orleans? Yeah, they scored, I think, Brees at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. Kamara scored a couple.
Okay, then I think Carolina's actually winning this one. Teddy Bridgewater looked good. Christian McCaffrey, not as many big plays as I expected, but he's still the best running back in the league. I think they'll win this maybe 20. I think it has to be a low-scoring game, maybe 17-13.
Brady loses 2 in a row to start the season off 0-2. It's be fun. Jacksonville at Tennessee. Jacksonville actually beat Indy. I don't know if that's saying a whole lot, though, when your running back goes down. And Tennessee defense looked pretty decent. Henry's running tough. I think Tennessee's a better team right now. A little more firepower. Clowney didn't do a whole lot in his debut for Tennessee, but he's going to be seen in this one, I believe. Probably a few sacks. Not going to be a high-scoring affair. Maybe 21-10.
I give Tennessee the win. 31-17. Like, Jacksonville beat a team when Philip Rivers threw 2 or 3 interceptions. I mean, if you have that many interceptions against a team, high chance you're going to win that, but they did lose a lot of their defensive linemen. I don't think there's going to be that many turnovers in Tennessee since they're going to run the ball the majority of the game.
Washington at Arizona. Arizona, a little upset of 49ers last week. Washington, a little upset of Philadelphia last week. I don't think Washington's going to get that lucky again twice. They didn't really put a lot of offensive stats on the board. It was just mostly the defense stopping the run, stopping Philadelphia from doing much. I can't see him stopping this as much. You have, I can't say a better quarterback with Murray versus Wentz, but I think you got a lot of wide receiver weapons, pretty good, couple good running backs here. I think it's a healthier team, coming off a high of beating the 49ers. It's going to be, Washington's front line will stop a lot of this, though. I'm not going to be down on Washington's defense. They're going to be a tough front line this year. But I got to give it to Arizona, but be low scoring, like a 17. Maybe not even 10. Yeah, we'll give them 10. 17 to 10 Arizona.
I mean, Kyler Murray, even if Washington is as good as they were against Philadelphia, which had injured offensive linemen, I think 2 or 3 of them were injured. Even if they blitz them or get pressure on them like they did last week, I still don't think they would win this. Kyler Murray, he can escape the pocket, he can pass, he can do everything. I think he only got hit one time out of like the 4 or 5 carries he did last week. I'm going to give the win to Arizona. Maybe 24-13.
All right, Baltimore at Houston. Lamar Jackson threw 4 touchdowns last week. Houston and J.J. Watt, I don't think it's going to slow them down a whole lot. Houston lost last week. I think they're getting used to not being what they're not. They're not quite getting used to not having their number one wide receiver yet. I don't think they got a lot of number 2s. But they don't have that guy that stepped up yet. I thought Brandon Cooks may be that, but he's a little bit banged up. Baltimore just is a full team. You know, you got 2 tough running backs, Ingram, Dobbins, a couple decent wide receivers, excellent quarterback. I just don't think Houston has the team to stay with this team right now. 34-21, Baltimore.
I think Baltimore's going to win this one also. In my opinion, they have a better offense in Kansas City and a slightly better defense, even though they lost, I think his name Earl Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anyone picked him up yet, but I still think they would win this one. High scoring game, maybe 34-31.
Kansas City at the Chargers. Kansas City, Super Bowl champs last year. A lot of firepower. That rookie running back of theirs, he showed up and over 100 yards, touchdown. Totally slips my mind. What's his name?
Quarterback? Or?
No, the running back for Kansas. The rookie running back. Anyway, the rookie running back for Kansas City. I think he's going to run again. Probably not quite maybe for 100 yards. Chargers got a decent defense. Should be another high-scoring affair, though. There's too many weapons over here. 38-17. Hilaire's is, yeah.
And I have to say something about Baltimore. I had their starting running back in fantasy, and I got 2.4 points. So he needs to get more carries this game. This game, I think Kansas City's definitely winning this one. I just think overall they're a better team than the Chargers. Do Chargers have Tua?
No, that's Miami. They got the. Can't think of his name. Anyway, he's a running quarterback.
Okay, so I think 34 to maybe 24.
Okay, New England at Seattle. Cam Newton running 15 times, running 2 in for touchdowns against Miami is one thing. Running that much against Seattle, I don't think it's going to happen that much. New England, I don't know, has the wide receivers right now to really keep up with Seattle's passing attack. Russell Wilson looked awesome last week. Their receivers look great. Unless New England does a trade, I've heard rumors of Odell Beckham. I've heard rumors of Bears. Allen Robinson. New England trading for a top wide receiver. I mean, that's what's going to hurt them. Seattle's got this one. New England does have a decent defense yet, so I was going to slow them down a little bit. But I think New England's got their Seattle's got this one over New England.
I just think this is an easy win. New England faces probably bottom 10 or bottom 5 team. Now they have to go all the way up and face a top 3, top 5 team with the best middle linebacker and the best strong safety in the league. And Wagner and I think Jamal Adams. And New England, they just don't have enough offense. A lot of people opted out before the season. Their defense is not nearly what they were last year. I give this probably 30.
$40 now.
I just don't think they have the defense. Who did Seattle face before? Week 1?
Forget right now. Atlanta. Atlanta. So not much of a defense.
13, I do think New England has a slightly better defense, maybe 37.
And our Monday night game, watch this one, guys. Michael Thomas is a little bit twisted ankle. I think he'll play. He's too much of a gamer not to, but it may be slowed down. He may have some other players like Emmanuel Sanders step up a little bit more, get a few more passes to kind of keep the Thomas from getting injured any bit more. But New Orleans has too much firepower. And maybe Tom Brady and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, granted, a new team, new chemistry there. Old chemistry, been around, they've been together for a while. Kamara just got his big deal. He's happy now. Kamara, I said it right. I think New Orleans is the overall better team. 34. I do love the running back for Raiders, Jacobs. Or no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jacobs. I mean, he may score again. I think he probably will score at least one touchdown in this one. But against us defense, New Orleans has got Monday Night Football.
The more I look at this schedule, or week 2, the more my team is going to struggle because Josh Jacobs is my starting running back for my team, and he's facing probably a top 3 defense. New Orleans, 24 to maybe 17. I just think they have a better offense and defense. Raiders, I have them making the wild card and our team predictions. But I think New Orleans is probably the best team in the NFL.
I still wouldn't take Jacobs out of your lineup for a fantasy league, though, guys. If you have a star player, play him. You know, if they get stopped 10 times on runs and they break one away and they run for 70 yards in the touchdown, that's all it takes. You know, it's one good play for, you know, the star players are going to make that happen. You know, granted, Jacobs played against Carolina last week. Not much of a defense, 3 touchdowns. He's going to run. I mean, he'll get his touches, 15 to 20 touches, most likely against New Orleans. That's the Raiders' number 1 weapon is him, is Jacobs. He's going to run. It only takes one breakaway and boom, points. So if you ever have a star player, yeah, I know Barkley for Giants didn't do anything this week, and yeah, it's a very tough defensive line. But most times, if you have a star player, play him. It takes one play and touchdown and multiple yards on one play. Fantasy League guys, start your Baltimore guys, start your New Orleans, start your Charger or your Chiefs.
I'm not starting Mark Ingram from the Baltimore Ravens because I made that mistake last week.
Yeah, he had Ingram and Dobbins got the touchdowns, but
I mean, on my bench was Hines, got 24 points. Starter and Mark Ingram got 2.4 points for me.
Let's see who else. Rams. To me, there's too many running backs here to pick one that's going to do a whole lot. I think Brady's going to have a few touchdowns here. Dallas, they got 3 good wide receivers. Quarterback, running back for Dallas. You lost your number 1 tight end. Probably on the waiver wire, you get Dallas's backup tight end. After the main one went down, your backup tight end did catch 1 pass for 11 yards. So he's going to be out there playing. So it might be a waiver wire pickup as Dallas's next tight end, probably pretty cheap. This is going to be a tough game, offensive-wise, defensive-wise. Green Bay, probably running back-wise, Jones would be a good start. I think anybody on offense on Minnesota will probably be pretty good against Indy's defense.
I would only, on their offense and their whole team, I would only put Kirk Cousins. I mean, the first 2 plays he threw was throwing. He got a safety, then an interception.
Yeah, but Thielen's going to put up some points. I mean, he's our number 1 guy. Thielen will put up a few points. Buffalo should come a little more life this week. 49ers, Mozart, probably going to get some more. Coleman may get a few points. Look at the defenses, guys. Look who your main guys you're going against. If you have a number 1 guy, you can't really sit him, but if you have trying to decide who to play, look at the defense. Look at, if they're going to be playing from behind, your quarterback's going to be passing a lot. Your running back's not going to be running. So kind of take that into consideration. Otherwise, we'll see how we go into week 2 here. So far, so good. We'll see you in week 3 from the Crazy Sasquatch Show.